My people, what's going on, my fellow kings and queens? Today we're gonna keep it simple, a simple little phone video. Welcome to Grinding with Zay, the Ngeniuss way, where we discuss different topics and concepts to help you grow mentally, physically, and emotionally to raise your overall energetic vibrations. In today's topic, we will be discussing just that, your energetic vibration. First of all, we're gonna talk about what it is. Second of all, we're going to talk about why you want to raise it. And third, we're going to talk about how you can actually start that process to raise it. So in its most simplest, basic form, an easy way for me to explain it and the way that I understand it is your energetic vibration is pretty much your aura. Now, what is your aura? Your aura is, when you look at pictures of the sun, you have the actual physical sun, and then you have the energy rays that are beaming on the side of it. Past, I'm not talking about the fire and the flames, I'm talking about past that. It has energy forms that you can actually see. Even our eyes is one of the least accurate forms of viewing something. We're going to discuss that later. We're not going to get too deep on video number one, but your energetic vibration is pretty much the aura that you have that casts out from your body. It's a real thing. It's proven in science. Check my credentials, went to school for computer engineering. I'm a graduate from St. Mary's University, did heavy intensive work in physics. I wish I would have did more work in astro and quantum physics, but it's cool. We still on our path. We're gonna find our right purpose. But back to the topic, your energetic vibration. If you can recall, there are times in your life where you are in a room or you're somewhere, a person can literally walk into the room and you can feel their energy and be like, "Ooh, who is that?" Off the rip, you already know that's a negative energy that has just entered into the room. That is not a subconscious, that's not something that, wait, am I tripping? Did I really feel? It's real. The aura that person has is so strong in a negative way that it threw you off your rocker as soon as they entered the room. Now, we know what our energetic vibration is, and we know that it's our aura that casts out. Depending on how tuned you are with your specific frequency will determine how far your actual vibration can expand out. There are ways that you can actually give people a good feeling literally by walking by them. You can specifically walk by a group of people and change the entire mood of that whole circle, literally depending on how tuned you are with your frequency and your energetic vibration, your aura. That's deep. It gets real deep, but this is something that we don't really discuss or know about because we can't, quote unquote, see it with our physical eyes in the third dimension. But your aura is beyond the third dimension. Let me give you an example. When you get into your car, you have a radio. Now, when you turn on the radio, you are literally tuning your radio's frequency to connect with the radio towers in your city or wherever your radio tower is, and they're talking to each other. Think about that on a small scale. Now look around and see how many cars there are on the road. It doesn't matter if the car is on or off. Those radio waves are still bouncing and connecting to each other. There's millions and billions of cars on the freaking road. Now tell me, when was the last time you seen a radio wave transmitting a signal? But you know it's there. You have to know it's there because you're using your third dimension of hearing to actually hear what's being played on the radio, right? Okay, I hope y'all still with me. So now we kind of got a understanding of what our energetic vibration is in our aura. So why do we want to raise it? Like I said, that person who walks into the room and immediately puts a somber feeling on every person in that building, you don't want to be that person. If you're having a conversation, if you're talking, if you're connecting with someone and your energy is high enough to the perfect vibration, you can put that person in a good mood. That's deep. It goes deep as far as to in ancient times, we still have it today. They're called doctors today, but in ancient times they had healers. Some of these people didn't go to medical school. They didn't have any of that. They were literal healers. You could heal people. Might sound like a foreign concept to some of y'all watching, but the people who know, you get it and you understand. Those people have raised their vibration so high. Those people have raised their vibration so high that they can reach a point to, this person is sick, this person is bad. I'm gonna tune my vibration into a certain frequency to cast my aura around, and the sickness is gone. That stuff is real. You might not believe it. I really don't care if you believe it or not, but it is what it is. So the point of raising your vibration is for health. That's one off the bat, health. The higher your vibration, you're not gonna get sick as much. You're not gonna get sick as much, and you're gonna help other people get past their sickness. It's real. I've done it. So we know what it is. We know why we want to raise it. Let's talk about how we actually get into the process of doing that. Number one, we're going to talk about the consumption side of it. Number two, we're going to talk about the expression of it, the output. So you have input and output. Those are pretty much, I'm going to keep this as simple as possible. I'm not going to overcomplicate anything on this channel. So in its simplest form, you have to watch what you consume. What do I mean by that? Let's start with food. Since we're brought up as kids, we're trained to get addicted to sugar. We have candy that we get, ice cream, all these different things, and over our time through life, we become addicted to these type of things. I'm not gonna get into the concept of what addictions are and where they stem from, but you and I both know that sugar isn't good for you. We have an obesity epidemic in America. Well, shit, I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but in America we do, and a lot of it stems from the addiction of the type of foods we eat. Now, in order to raise your vibrations, you need to eat foods that have high vibration. For example, kiwi, that's a green fruit that has an extreme high vibration. It is a living organism. You want to consume as many vegetative organisms that can actually transfer the energy through you internally. Same concept of a car. If you want your car to excel and output the proper energy to run properly, you don't want it messing up the environment. You don't want it smoking. You don't want it, all the bad things that come with having a car. You can avoid that by the type of fuel you put in. If you got a Lamborghini, you're not finna go touch that unleaded. You going straight to the 93 Supreme. Facts. And if you do touch that unleaded, it's gonna run. Your Lamborghini gonna run, but it ain't gonna run to its best potential. It's not gonna run at ultimate efficiency, is it? I mean, y'all can let me know in the comments below. I don't got a Lamborghini, but y'all get the point. That's not the point. Y'all get it. Anyways, what you put into your body will determine what your body outputs. So this year I did a complete switch. All the foods that I'm in love with, I stripped it down and put only the foods on the board that were gonna raise my vibration. This pandemic was one of the best things that could happen because I don't have any events to go do. I don't have all these different things that I'm going into a public setting. So I have the ultimate control of the type of foods that I put into my body. Now, I haven't had a sniffle, none of that this entire year. And I've been eating nothing but healthy foods, trying to get rid of as much processed. I ain't gonna lie, I still eat meat and stuff. I'm trying to cut it down because that meat ain't good for you. Why is it not good for you? I never really understood it, but I understand it now. Our body is primarily liquid, right? Anything that we put inside of our body has to be broken down into a liquid form before our actual organs can process what it is. Until your body has been processed into a liquid form, it's foreign, because we run on fluid, if that makes sense. I'm starting to understand that's why detoxing is good for certain people, but I'm not at that point. We're talking about just food in general. So food has a high key with it. Every morning or every workout that I do, when I'm finished, I make a smoothie. And I'm using water. I'm not using milk. I got rid of dairy. Dairy's not good for me. There's a reason why people become lactose intolerant. I don't know why. I haven't done that research, but I just know it ain't good for me. And since I've cut out dairy, my face is smoother. My glow is better. I'm shining. I don't have any bump. Like I used to, if I showed y'all some of my high school pictures, yeah, bumps everywhere. Not no more. I don't eat milk. I don't drink all that cheese, none of that. Unless I got a cheeseburger. But anyway, that's besides the point. The point is you want to cut it down and take control over as much of this as possible. I'm not saying you got to be a saint, but this is one of the steps to raise your energetic vibration and have a positive aura. Now, as you're processing these foods, you're going to be more revitalized. You're going to feel better. Let's keep the ball rolling. The next circle, the next piece on that pie chart of the circle is what you consume visually. Turn off the news. I'm going to just keep it as simple as that. Turn off the news. If you watch news 24/7, I guarantee you're not going to be in the most positive state that you can be in. At all. If you constantly watching the news, you will understand and see that more than 99% of the content and the media that is being produced for the news is negative. How can we turn whatever story is on the news to the most negative thing as possible? Why? Because people become addicted to things that are happening in a negative light. And don't give me the excuse, okay, I'm watching the news so I can stay informed. I need to be up to date every second about what's going on. You could say that if you want to, but when you look at the news, they repeat the stories from top to bottom every day. Like you watch the news every day for a week, and let me know how many different stories you hear. It's gonna be the same stuff. Repeated negative content coming in visually, and that's taking you're not thinking about it consciously, but your subconscious mind is where your energetic vibration will live. So if you can consciously control some of these things you're putting in, you will enhance your subconscious feelings, your subconscious aura, and things of that nature. So cut out the news. Try to put in as much positivity in your system as possible. You're not gonna miss anything because, for example, I didn't watch the news for the politics on, all right, so Trump is gonna I'm not gonna miss out on Trump running for president because the next event I go to, or when I'm talking to my friends, or somebody's gonna tell me, yo, Trump's running for president. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. I'm gonna let everybody else do that research for things that's not really beneficial to me immediately. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not here to debate politics or anything like that. I'm just trying to give you perspective. We can put forth energy and watch news on a repeated basis and keep putting that content in our system. But how much better would it be to actually watch content that's going to help us boost our overall vibration, like what you're watching right now? Come on now, talk to me. So, consume positive foods, consume positive content. If you see somebody posting on Facebook or Instagram or any social media platform you want, and you like, damn, I hate it. Every time you see that person post, it puts a negative feeling on you. Block, unfriend, delete, remove from my timeline. It's simple. You should have nothing but positivity on timeline. Next topic. So we talked about the food. We talked about that. Third, we're about to get proactive. We're watching what we're putting in our system. Now we need to watch what we put out. Meditation is extremely essential to raising your vibration. Why is that? Our vibration is capped and limited from an overworked mind. I got some friends who are just like me and they overthink. You just overthinking 24/7, and it's gonna stay like that until the day you die unless you do something about it. Now, what can you do about it? When you are born, as soon as you come out of the womb, your mind is going and going and going. You go to sleep, your mind is still going. How you have a dream? Your mind has to process the, excuse me, your mind has to process the the environment of the dream, right? So it's not resting. You might think it's resting, but it's really not. Only way you can fully rest your mind is to consciously do it. And it's possible. Coming from an overthinker himself, you can consciously put your mind into a state to where you're thinking about absolutely nothing and everything at the same time. Shout out to Osho. But I'm gonna I don't want this video to be too long. I'm gonna keep it down to those 3 concepts of how to raise it. Watch what type of food you put into your body, meats and stuff like that. It's harder for those to be processed by the body to be turned into liquid form. So that's why it's looked at as a foreign object when it's in your body. And that is why, cancer is linked with meat. So, but anyways, I'm not gonna dive in too deep with that. Like I said, I'm gonna keep this video as short as possible, I guess. If you like what we talking about, go ahead and hit that subscribe, like button, grind it with Zadie and Ngeniuss way. Let's get to the top together. You know what it is. Out.